Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to create another slightly more subtler Valentine's nail design, but creating it with a spin of the whole pop art trend that happened around summertime last year, I think. And I thought I'll kind of follow that trend into Valentine's and also obviously switch it a little bit up to fit the current theme. So we've got two different shades of red. One you want pretty bright, the other one you want much darker. The darker one that I showed you today, I am actually going to switch out later on in the video because I noticed it wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be. So I'll show you later on in the video the moment I realized that it's not that dark and I'm going to be switching it out. So that's when I show you which one I switch it to. So I show you that gel polish as well and what the name of that color is in case you're wanting to purchase any of the colors. Most of the colors today are from Madam Glam. So the two reds, we've got this really nice nudie base color that I'm working on right now. That's from Madam Glam too. We are using a Macart matte top coat, almost forgot to say that. So we're using that from them, and also I do have a black, I believe, yes I do, from Nails that we are using today. And I did actually forget to show one more gel polish in the beginning, and it's also a white, so make sure you have a white at hand. Usually when it comes to these pop art comic book style nails, they always seem to have a white and a black involved, because those colors are usually the ones used to create the whole, you know, pop art look. So everything has two coats applied and cured in the lamp, so now it's time to work on our nail art. So using your nail art brush, grab it and start dabbing into the black basically, and we are going to work on our first full red nail. So for this nail you want to grab your brush and using that black go around the whole rim of the nail, and that's including the bottom, the sides, the everything. Just go around the whole nail. This bit is up to your own liking really. If you prefer the line to be thicker, then do it thicker. If you like them quite thin, do it quite thin. I don't think it matters too much. When I was recording it, I actually ended up doing the lines a little bit thicker than I initially did it on my little prototype that I was working on. So, and I think both look pretty good too, to be honest. My personal preference would have been the slightly thinner look, but yeah, both are really, really pretty, just whatever works for you. So as soon as you're happy, pop it into the lamp. Preferably if you've got a nail art gel in the shade black, though that would be like the most preferred option, just because that way you don't have to do a couple of coats, although I did just do one coat on all the black work that I've done today, so just a normal gel polish can do as well. So this is where I was doing that darker shade of red and noticed that it's not as dark, so I'm switching it out. Here we've got Sunset in Florida, and that's also another Madam Glam shade, but a little bit darker. On the palette, it doesn't look that much darker, but it makes such a big difference in the moment you see me apply it on the nail, and you can actually see it, which is nice. Exactly what I wanted. So you want to dab it, and it's not dark so that it's proper in your face. It was just to be able to make it stand out a little bit. You don't want it blending with your background, because at that point, what's the point of putting it on the nail? So just enough to kind of, you know, look a little bit different in the background. So you want to do a dot and then do a line coming from it. And the higher you get, the thinner you kind of want the line to be. It's not super easy to do, so don't be too hard on yourself when you attempt it. Mine isn't in no way, shape or form perfect. There's so much more improvement that I could have done, but giving it a go. It doesn't look the worst. It's definitely given the look that I wanted it to do. Maybe next year we'll get a little bit better at these nails. And you want to do the exact same thing with the white, but just flipped around, and then pop it into the lamp. So we are going to have two nails that are going to be identical. So this is one of them. I am going to do the other off camera. So the two nude nails that we've got going on, you want to grab that light shade of red and then just start working on your Frenchie. So we want a red French tip. Using the nail art brush, I just do the smile line, and then the rest of the nail I just colour in with the brush from the bottle, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other nail. Of course, I will go ahead and do a second layer as well. This gel polish is quite jelly-like. I don't know if I just got a bad batch or just that's how this colour is, which is fine. It just requires an extra layer of gel polish usually. There's some Madam Glam gel polishes that are so crazy pigmented and others are not, and that's absolutely fine. I always seem to be picking this red gel polish from them just because the shade is so perfect. It's like my most preferred red shade. It's not too dark, it's not too bright, I just love it. So it always seems to somehow end up in my videos. So once you've got the other two nails done and dusted or cured, ready to go, we've got one more nail to work on when it comes to like the red nail art look. And this one is going to be the love heart. So this is the bit where we're going to make it a bit more Valentine's-y. So you want to grab a dotting tool, do 2 large dots. My dotting tool wasn't big enough, so at the start my heart is quite small. I wanted it much larger, so I do end up off camera thickening up the sides. So you see in a moment I'll connect it to the bottom and I'll colour it in, and it looks pretty petite on the actual nail. So I do off camera just thicken up the side walls and make it a bit more chunkier. And then I pop into the lamp, and again, I believe I do a second coat on this one because again, the red is a little bit sheer, so it needs another little coat. So whilst that is curing, we can start going in with our black again, creating that pop art look. So again, just go around the rim of our French tip nails, and again, across all the rims, so including the top, including the sides, everywhere. But on top of that, you also want to go around the smile line that you've created with the red. So I have to admit, that bit is quite hard because you kind of need to maintain the same thickness of the line. And of course, yeah, you don't want to go out of line either. So it takes a steady hand and a bit of patience. And I think the slower you go, the better. I found myself that when I tried to rush it, it was not working well. But if I took my time, I was able to get it right. And if there's any areas that you might have thickened up compared to others, just go back in and thicken the rest of the lines. Just keep working on it until you're happy. This is gel polish. Just wipe away anything that you don't like. Retry. Just keep going. Don't give up and don't settle for something you're not quite happy with. There's, this is gel polish. It won't cure or anything until you pop it into the lamp. So you've got all the time in the world to play about with it and get it how you like it. So you want to do this exact thing on both of those French tip nails. Now, once it's cured, at the top, I'm doing this like angled line. One side of it is a bit thicker than the other. Once again, I wish I did it a bit more thinner, but it's all done and dusted now. And again, you want to do it on both nails. And once that's done, I'm going to do, using the darker red shade, one of those lines again on the tip side, on the red left hand side of the French tip, and exact same thing on the other nail as well. And then once I'm happy with it, I'll go ahead and wipe my brush clean, and then I'm going to grab a dotting tool and we're going to work on our white. But actually, I think before I do that, yeah, I tackled the heart. I just thought, rather than constantly wiping my brush, let's just get everything using that one colour done, and then we can switch colours. So I'm doing that exact same line situation on the left hand side of the heart. So now I'm wiping my brush, and now we're going to do the rest of our work with the white. So the white on the heart gets a dot at the bottom, and then that line, slanted line again, going on the right hand side of the heart. So very similar to what we did with that darker shade of red. It's going to be shorter because we do have that white dot at the bottom. There we go. Super cute. That one straight into the lamp. And then very similar, we're going to do this on the French tip as well. So you do a dot and then you drag a slanted line, kind of like an angled line upwards. And that's done. Exact same thing on the other nail, of course, again. And then feel free to pop the set into the lamp. I'm not sure if I said or left, I don't think I left in the video, but I did also outline the heart with a black gel polish. I just didn't think that was included. Okay, so now that everything is cured, we can work on our crystal placement. So today I was looking through my drawers and I have these red hearty crystal with some gold detail around it. I feel like everybody has these in their collection. They're so easily accessible. They're like literally on Shein, Ali, they're so, like literally everywhere. And they're quite affordable too. So I feel like everybody has these. So hopefully you guys do too if you're going to recreate it. Then I am placing a large AB circle at the top. And then at the bottom of the heart, I'm giving a little cuddle with two, I don't know what kind of shape these are, but they're kind of like a circle, but you kind of elongate it. And then you got one of those. So I've got one on each side connecting to the heart. I am also going to place two little ABs at the top there too with that larger circle. And then to finish it off, I'm going to place 3 AB circle crystals down the bottom of our crystal placement, and I'm just going down in sizes as I place them. Once it gets cured, I do go ahead and do some extra details with caviar beads, but I don't think I include it. So in just a second, I'll show you what it looks like with the caviar beads. So if you want to recreate this nail, just pause it so you can see where I've placed the caviar beads, but I've just placed it in between you know, all the crystals. I didn't really show it for too long, but I will show it near the end of the video, or at the end of the video when I do the final results, if you want to pause it then in case you didn't fully catch it. So now we're working on our love heart nail, and this one just gets a bunch of crystals at the top and at the bottom, and I'm placing it exactly where I've just placed that rhinestone glue gel. And it's also going to get a bunch of caviar beads in between every single crystal. And once again, I believe I did that off camera, possibly, or might have included this one. I can't actually remember. I filmed it a couple of days ago and edited it a couple of days ago. I've only just about got around to voicing it, so it's a bit of a mystery for me as well. We'll find out together in a second what I ended up doing, but it's definitely going to end up having caviar beads in between each crystal. And with this crystal placement, the one at the top, you start with a large crystal, and then the further away you're getting, the smaller of a size crystal you're using. You're just downsizing in crystal sizes. And then at the bottom, you start with a large, and then you just make your way upwards. Once again, just downsizing in crystals. So yeah, I'm just going to fiddle around with the crystals and pop them where I want them and make them look like they should be. Yeah, no, I didn't include the caviar beads, but here they are. Looking cute. I love caviar beads, I have to admit. I just cannot get enough of them every time I do crystal placements. So now it's time to just top coat these, and we're going to be all done. So I'm going around the crystals as much as I can and trying not to touch them, because of course it's a matte top coat, so it will make them less shiny, which is not what we want. I try my best, but again, if I at any moment in time end up getting any of the top coat on the crystals, it doesn't matter because no one's wearing these. These are just for display and tutorial YouTube purposes, so don't worry guys. But of course, if I was doing it on a client, I would also do the crystals before top coating. So I'll completely do the top coat. Wait, yeah, that's what I did. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm having a funny day today. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I must have not slept well. I can't seem to think properly today. Don't worry about it. Usually I top coat and then I do my crystal placement, but I did it the proper way today for once. So they've gone into the lamp, and here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. I had some streaks on that far right nail. The matte top coat isn't that good, so I wouldn't really recommend, but I'm using it up because it's a bit of a waste, and it's alright, but it's not the best. But yeah, I'll have all the discount codes in the description. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!